So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I get asked questions all the time. You all send me emails, you ask questions in YouTube comments, you send me DMs on Instagram, and so I went through and compiled 2 pages of just random questions, random topics, and I feel like if somebody asks me a question more than once or the topic comes up more than once, then I probably didn't explain myself very well. So that's what we're going to do in today's video. I'm going to answer all of your questions, and these topics are all over the board. There is no rhyme or reason to them. And then I'm going to address some sweet, sweet comments that I got from you all that just really make me so happy. This is why I do YouTube and social media. It is for comments like these. So we'll get into those later. But we're going to start off with the question that I got just this morning. And this question sparked the idea for this video because the question came in. I went out on my morning walk and I was thinking about it the whole time I was walking, and I thought, you know what? This needs to be answered, so why not just answer all of your questions? And the question was, I have it written down, Renee, can you please share what products you use to clean your teak wooden kitchen utensils, and how do you take care of your wooden cutting board? So I recently, well, a couple months ago now, got a brand new set of teak wood cooking utensils and a matching set of like salad bowls and serving bowls. And so I knew how to take care of them because I have a beautiful wood cutting board that I use every single time that I cook. It stays out on my countertop. And truth be told, my husband is the one that actually takes care of all this stuff. I just do the cooking, he does the maintenance, but he uses walrus oil. This preserves wood cutting boards and utensils. It is 100% food contact safe, and it easily maintains and restores wood surfaces. So every 2 weeks we clean and preserve the cutting board, and we do the same for the utensils. So when I use my cutting board, if I'm just cutting up something super simple like cutting a lemon, or maybe I cut some asparagus, I just take a wet paper towel and wipe it off. If I'm actually like cutting something up like strawberries or tomatoes or something that is going to seep down into that cutting board, I put it into the sink at a tilt. I get it wet. I put a little dish detergent on it, scrub it with a little scrub brush, wash it really well. I make sure to do both sides, and then I stand it up and let it fully dry. Like I will prop it up against the wall and let it dry overnight. I never chop meat on my cutting board. And then once it is good and dry, you squirt on your walrus oil. Just take a rag and shush it all around the cutting board and work it in really well, and just kind of wipe off any of that surface oil, and you leave it. And it's done. And my cutting board always looks beautiful. Same process for the teak cooking utensils. They don't need to be preserved as often as my cutting board, because obviously my cutting board, I'm using a knife on it, and the utensil set, I'm not. So it doesn't need to be preserved that often. But the same exact process with the wooden bowls. It's just the walrus oil. It's very simple to do. The next question, and actually the next couple of questions, have to do with my fitness routine and the video that I shared about a month ago about how I stay fit and healthy at the age of 53. Well, I've had a birthday since. I'm now 54. But the question is, how many steps a day do you walk, and how many days a week do you do strength training? My answer varies depending on the weather. Right now, when it's just so screaming hot and humid outside, I go on my walk. I kind of walk laps is what I call it. So I'll get in about 5,000 steps in the morning, and then I come in, well, and I walk probably 5 days a week. On the weekends, I'm lazier. My husband's home. He's laying in bed. I'm just not in the mood to get up and go out on my walk. So 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, I consistently walk every morning. Strength training, I do about the same, Monday through Friday. Don't do it on the weekends. Now, when the weather is a little bit cooler, like in the spring and the fall, I will definitely walk 10,000 steps in the morning, sometimes more. If it is really great weather, I will just walk and walk and walk and walk. Like I might walk 6 or 7 of those kind of laps around my neighborhood and get in 10,000 steps before I ever come home and think about doing strength training. Some days, like yesterday actually, I did a Pilates workout, so I wasn't holding any dumbbells or hand weights, but general rule of thumb, I walk 5 days a week and I do some kind of workout or Pilates. Definitely I stretch every day. I'll do a workout or Pilates 5 days a week. How do I keep my legs so toned? Well, thank you very much. This viewer said, I'm 53 and my legs are so flabby. I've just always been a walker. I've been walking all of my adult life. I absolutely love to walk. It makes me feel good. I like to get outside and get my heart pumping. I like to say hi to my neighbors. I just love the feeling of being outside, the wind blowing, the sun on my shoulders. I just like it. So with anything, if you're not a walker, it's gonna take some time. You just gotta work up to it and you will eventually start to see your legs tone up. I didn't used to strength train, or I did for a long time. I took a workout class and I went 2 days a week and I did that for 5 years. And then when the pandemic hit, of course, you know, gyms had to close down. And so I stopped going. And I could tell that my body just went like it got flabby. So earlier this year, I decided I have got to do something. I'm turning 54. Like, I don't like the flabby look. And I started strength training and I bought hand weights. I have a yoga mat. I just make myself do it 5 days a week. I do it upstairs in a spare bedroom. And it took about a month, I guess, for me to be able to see on myself some of my muscles starting to firm up and tone up. And then about a month ago, my husband said he could actually look at me and start to see some of the changes. So like in my hips and my thighs, I can look in the mirror and see that I've toned up. So it's really just a combination of walking and strength training. You have to figure out what works for you and just stick to it. Really, it's just dedication. It's commitment. And somebody said, Renee, I cannot find the link for the girl you follow for your exercise routine. Can you please link her? Absolutely yes, because I love this gal's YouTube channel. It is completely free. I get on her channel every single morning, find a video, and go with it. Her name is Kaylee Cohen. I will link her in the description box below this video. Kaylee Cohen Strength is the name of her channel. She is fabulous. I love her workouts. It's always something new. I'm never bored. They're short and sweet. Some of them, 30 minutes is about as long as they get. There are others that are 20 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes. But she's super motivational. I love what she has to say when she's working out. It just makes me feel good. I enjoy her routines. But she's no joke. She's not messing around. And neither am I, honestly. I get in there and I'm using my 12-pound weights, my 10-pound weights. I'm huffing and puffing. I am sweating. If I'm going to put in the time to do a workout, I'm going to give it 100%. I want to see results. That's why I'm putting in the effort. And that's what Kaylee Cohen is about too. So I love her channel. Do I still do intermittent fasting? Yes, yes, absolutely yes. And I think for probably the rest of my life, I will eat in that fashion. I truly believe is what has helped me maintain a slim physique. I really do. That and paying attention to carbs. That's a whole nother story. But intermittent fasting, yes. So I eat on a 16:8 ratio. So from about 10:30 in the morning to 6:30 at night, I consume all my calories. From 6:30 at night to 10:30 the next morning, I eat nothing. I drink nothing other than a little bit of water. And once I started doing that, I guess about 4 or 5 years ago, my body really responded to that. I like the way that my body feels when I eat in an eating window. It gives my body time to digest the food. In the beginning when I started intermittent fasting, because I was somebody that used to get up and have breakfast like right away, so pushing back for a couple hours when I would have breakfast, that was the hardest part of intermittent fasting. But once I got used to it after a couple weeks, it is I don't even think about it now. That's just my lifestyle. It's what I do. 10:30 to 6:30, boom, it's done. So I thought this was a really funny question. Somebody said, so these tennis shoes you keep talking about have replaced your Brooks? I'm so intrigued. Tell me more. When I find something that I am over the moon excited about, I am excited to share it with you all. And this tennis shoe brand that I discovered on Amazon, I think is one of my best finds in the last couple years. I am obsessed with these tennis shoes. Somebody asked me, why did I stop wearing Brooks and what is the deal with these tennis shoes and why do I have so many colors? Well, let me answer all those questions. I used to only wear Brooks tennis shoes forever and ever and ever. I would not even try on another brand of tennis shoe. Well, because I walk so much, I would go through like 2 or 3 pairs of Brooks tennis shoes, but probably 2 pair in a year. They would start to fray around the mouth. I could tell that the cushioning inside was degrading, especially underneath the the ball of your foot. I could just feel the tennis shoes degrading, and it kind of irritated me that I was spending $100, $150, $170 for a pair of tennis shoes that I was getting like 6 months out of. And it just seemed like every pair of tennis shoes that I bought, that problem just got worse and worse. So I started looking around for a new brand of tennis shoe. I don't even know why I ordered these out of the clear blue, but I did. And when these arrived and I put my foot in these shoes, I told my husband, I don't think I'm going to like these. I may not even try them on. And he's like, just put them on. I put my foot in and within seconds was hooked. I told him these were the most comfortable shoes I have ever worn. I was running around the house in them and I have been hooked ever since. So why do I have so many different colors? Well, because I have 3 dogs. You all know, Maxie, Pollux, and Lola. And I walk all 3 dogs at the same time on my first lap in the morning. And so the dogs are stepping on my feet. The grass is wet. I don't know what I'm going to be into. So I typically wear a very dark pair of tennis shoes on my morning walks. I love to have a white and black pair of tennis shoes. These are just for if I'm wearing tennis skirts or shorts, if I'm out running errands. These are not my walking shoes. I like my white tennis shoes to stay crisp and white, and in the winter I will wear these on most days with whatever I have on, a matching set or jeans, whatever. And then I got this pair just because I just thought this color combination was adorable. You all know I love this magenta purpley pink, and this will go with so many things that I have. So these are my wearing and looking cute colors, and these are my going on my walk colors. And because the price is so good, they're under $60, I was able to get almost 3 different pairs, 3 different colors for what 1 pair of Brooks was costing me. And then those 1 pair of Brooks I was wearing every morning on my walk, and they were getting dirty and worn out. So, hey, why not? Then somebody said, how do you care for your tennis shoes, running shoes, sneakers, or whatever you call them? I want to know how you stop them from getting smelly and how do you clean them? Well, I guess the answer is I don't really feel like my tennis shoes get smelly. I mean, I've been wearing this pair for months. I don't feel like they smell, but as soon as I get in from my walk, well, let's back up. I wear socks always. I am never barefoot in my tennis shoes. I have some little no-show socks. They're Adidas brand. I'll link them below. That is what I wear. I'm never barefoot in my tennis shoes. And as soon as I come in from my walk, yes, I am sweaty and yucky. I take my shoes off. I have a little shoe rack in my closet. I put the shoes there so they're able to air dry, and I just don't feel like they ever get yucky. If I do get stuff on the heels here, you can take one of those little white kind of eraser pads. It'll come right off, or spray a little bit of Fantastic and just use a little cloth to get it off. But otherwise, I really don't have to do anything to keep them clean and not stinky. So changing topics, let's talk about ice cream. So if you're new here, I used to own an ice cream shop for 7 years. I had a little ice cream shop in downtown Paducah, Kentucky, where I live, and I sold it about 3 years ago now. And I really miss just homemade ice cream, but I had no way to make really great homemade ice cream at home. So last year, I guess it was, I bought a ice cream maker attachment that was made by KitchenAid that was meant to attach to my KitchenAid stand mixer. and I've been obsessed with ice cream ever since. So I've been sharing all the flavors and recipes with you all in different videos throughout the past year. So I did a peanut butter brownie, I did espresso, I've done strawberry, I made a bananas Foster that I didn't share with you all. It was a huge fail. But my favorite flavor, my husband's favorite flavor, and even my dad, who eats dinner with us on most nights, his favorite flavor has been the most recent one that I shared. And I don't really have a fancy name for this ice cream flavor, but it is a chocolate ice cream that has Heath Bar toffee bits in it, roasted and salted almonds, and there is a ribbon of caramel in the ice cream. Hands down, all of our favorite flavors. So the first question about the ice cream is, I made your espresso ice cream and absolutely love it. Can I make a double batch? And if so, how? I've already replied to this viewer in her YouTube comment, but yes and no. So the ice cream maker attachment is not going to churn a double batch of ice cream. It is meant to hold one specific amount of ice cream. So if you want to make the ice cream base on your stovetop, make a double batch, put it in the fridge, split it in two, then churn half of that, put it in your ice cream container, and then churn the other half. You could do that, but you cannot double your batch and put it in the churner all at once. Not going to work, because even though when you pour your ice cream batter into the churner, it looks like it's just a teeny bit in there. As it churns, the ice cream grows and grows and grows. So by the time it's finished and you get it out to put it in your insulated tub, that ice cream will be overgrowing the churner itself. So no, you cannot double it. And then I got the question, what is the recipe for the perfect chocolate ice cream base? Well, girl, you must have missed my video. I will link it in the description box. It wouldn't make sense to a lot of people for me to just give you the recipe here. You need to watch my chocolate ice cream video, because there really is a certain process to making chocolate ice cream. So it's better to watch it than for me to explain it. So I'll link that video below. Do I have an ice cream recipe that's dairy-free or sugar-free? No, sadly I don't. What I learned owning an ice cream shop and making homemade ice cream every single day for 7 years, there's no such thing as dairy-free ice cream. There's just not. Ice cream is going to have sugar. Dairy, when you consume it, turns to sugar in your body. There's no such thing as sugar-free ice cream. Non-dairy product ice cream does not churn well. It will not get the consistency where you can scoop it. At my ice cream shop, we did make ice cream with coconut milk, but it never had that super creamy consistency. It was always a little bit more on the, you know how some soft serve ice cream can be a little bit grainy and a little bit icy. That is what coconut milk or plant-based products are going to get you, and I've not tried them in my ice cream churner, my ice cream maker. So, you know, if you try it, let me know. I've not tried it because my instinct tells me it's probably not going to work out. Next question is about my triple magnesium supplement that I've been raving about for years and years and years. And I think so many of you all have finally listened to me, and you all love this too. But somebody said, do I take 2 magnesium capsules at the same time before bed, or do I take 1 capsule 2 times a day? Good question. Let me get one out so you can see it. These are truly a capsule. I take 2 capsules at the same time about an hour and a half or so before bedtime. So in the evenings, my husband and I will settle down, we'll sit on the couch, we watch a show or something, and I will actually set the magnesium bottle, the whole bottle, on the kitchen counter. I will set the timer on the clock on my stove in the kitchen for like 9 o'clock, because I don't want to be watching TV and forget to take my magnesium. So it's funny because I've been doing this forever. The timer goes off, my husband just automatically hits pause on whatever we're watching. I get up, I go in the kitchen, I take 2 capsules with some water at the same time, and then I come right back to my spot on the couch with him and the dogs, finish the TV show, and we go to bed about maybe 10:15, 10:30 or so. Then I love this next question. You seem to always have tulips in your kitchen. Are they real, or do you buy a brand new bouquet every single week? The tulips in my kitchen, I love them. It's one of my favorite things, and they are completely fake. Faux tulips. I bought these back, gosh, like in March. Still have them in my kitchen today, and it's August now. I love them. It will be winter time before I get rid of my tulips, and then I will be putting them back up next spring. So these tulips come in a bouquet. You can get 15 in a group, or you can get 40 in a group. If you choose the 15 option, all of the tulips are going to be the same color. If you choose 40, then it's an assortment of colors. So my tulips, there's some pinks, some whites, there's like that deep magenta-y, purpley, but the tulips are in varying stages. So you've got some that are fully closed, some that are open a little bit. The stems are just beautiful. The tulips have kind of a waxy consistency, so you can bend and mold them to fit into your vase or whatever you want to put them in. I absolutely love these tulips. And the tulips come in like a bunch of different colors. There's pinks, yellows, reds, whites, purples, and there's even an orange, I think. So you can use the link below, pick out the color you like, but just trust me on the tulips. Everybody who comes to my house touches them and they're like, are these fake? I thought they were real. Like, everybody is surprised, but they are gorgeous tulips. Somebody said, how tall are you and what is your weight? Well, I'm 5'2", I weigh 134 pounds. And that kind of goes along with the compliment that I got. And we'll get to that later in the video. But yes, to answer your question, I'm 5'2", 134. What color are your kitchen cabinets and the walls in your house? So my kitchen cabinets, I don't really officially know the color. We got them from a local cabinet maker here. I just know they are called eggshell with a mocha glaze. You can see that there's a little bit of a brown coloring on all of the edges, and it kind of glazes the details. So what the official color is, I don't know. That's just kind of what they called it. So I have two colors of wall paint in my entire house. It's everywhere. There is Revere Pewter and Briarwood. So I did a video where I walked through the house and I pointed out the different colors where one stopped and the other ended. So I will link that video in the description box because the color difference is very subtle, but when you see them side by side where one room meets the other, you can see a distinct difference. So in that video, I explain why I put one color in a room and not another. So that would be very helpful. I'll link it below. But yes, they are colors from Benjamin Moore. I always use an eggshell finish on all paints in my house on the walls, and Briarwood and Revere Pewter are the two colors everywhere. And then you all know that we recently added a pergola to our outdoor space. My husband loves to cook outside. He has a grill, a pizza oven, a smoker, a charcoal grill, like the whole thing. He wants a full-on outdoor kitchen. Maybe one day, but that area where he cooks is in the full-on sunshine all day long until the sun goes down. And so for years we had wanted to get an outdoor pergola. So we finally bit the bullet. We did it. We put up the pergola, and a lot of you all had questions. I did a video about how we installed the pergola ourselves, why we chose this pergola, all the features. But what I guess I did not address properly, because a lot of you all asked me this question, is the pergola bolted down? What keeps it from blowing away in the wind? And yes, absolutely, the pergola is bolted down. With the pergola, they provided these huge concrete bolts. So we took, and my husband did it, so I don't know the specifics, but it's just a certain drill bit he put on his electric drill, drilled down into the concrete. The pergola itself, the base of it, has the holes already in it for the bolts, and we just put the bolts in. It was simple as that. It was really no big deal. So yes, it is completely secure to our concrete, but it's not attached to our house at all. So the next question is about my estrogen patch. I was asked, do they give you estrogen on the day you have your hysterectomy or your surgery? This woman said, I'm scared to death to be without it for even 1 minute. So I had a hysterectomy 2.5 years ago. My uterus, my ovaries, my cervix, and my fallopian tubes were removed. So my doctor did not give me any estrogen. He wanted me to wait until my 6-week follow-up to see if I needed this. and he said he would prescribe it at that point. Even though I asked about it prior to the surgery, it was not given to me. 3 weeks after my hysterectomy, I literally almost had a breakdown because my night sweats were just horrible. Let's just say it was horrible. So I documented my entire hysterectomy experience from leading up to the surgery, the day of the surgery, 2 weeks after, 3 months, 6 months, a year, all of that. It is on my YouTube channel, and it is one of the most watched series on my channel. I've been on YouTube for almost 6 years. I have like 700 or 800 videos on my channel at this point. It actually might be more, and those hysterectomy videos are still the most watched to this day. What I guess I didn't know that I do know now is if you're going to have a hysterectomy, be an advocate for yourself. Tell your doctor you want to leave the hospital with an estrogen patch. There was no reason for me to have waited to get it. There wasn't. You know, hindsight's 2020. I just didn't know. Had I known, I would have demanded that this was prescribed to me when I left the hospital. I mean, I cannot even begin to tell you how much better I feel when I have estrogen compared to, and granted, I only had 3 weeks without estrogen, but I almost had a mental breakdown. It was that bad. So yes, if you're having surgery, if you're having a hysterectomy, demand that you leave the hospital with this. Then somebody asked me a really good question. Can I please share what I do or use on my patio and outdoor space to battle the mosquitoes? And gladly I will. So we, a couple years ago, hired a service that comes to our house every 3 weeks from spring to fall. And I think they do a total of 9 different treatments. They walk around our yard and spray all of the bushes, the flowers, the trees. It's not something you put on the grass because mosquitoes don't breed in the grass. They get into flower beds and bushes and mulch and tree bases. That's where they're breeding. So this company comes and they have this big, imagine like a leaf blower, and they're wearing a backpack, and this leaf blower is blowing the stuff all over those places. And it's a completely organic, safe spray. It is not a pesticide, but it is something that disrupts the breeding cycle of mosquitoes. They breed, I guess, every 3 weeks. That's why they spray every 3 weeks. So it completely stops the breeding cycle of mosquitoes. And I'm telling you, since we've been doing this, we may have been doing it 4 years now. I have only seen, and it was last week, 1 mosquito. The guys that spray were due to come that next day, and it was the night before, and I was outside watering the plants, and I saw 1 mosquito. It landed on my leg, didn't bite me. I saw it, I killed it, but that is it. Like 0 mosquitoes. So the company we use is called True Green. I believe they're a national company. So if you just Google them, they probably have an office or a location near you, and you can just see, you know, if they would service your house and what the rate is. It's honestly very reasonable and so worth it to not have to deal with mosquitoes. This next question, it cracked me up. It just really cracked me up. The question was, does the clothing steamer that you have do your clothes automatically, or do you have to actually use the wand to get the wrinkles out of your clothes? So I would love to be able to walk up there and my clothes be steamed, but sadly I have to use the wand and do it myself. But I love my clothing steamer. I think it is one of the best purchases I've made. I don't iron anything anymore. I just go up there and steam it. It is just so easy. Okay, big question I get all the time. Where did I get my necklace? Y'all have seen me wear this necklace for the past couple years. I wear it every single day. My husband gave it to me as a birthday gift. He actually ordered it from a lady on Etsy. So she custom makes necklaces. You can do gold, silver, or rose gold. You choose the length, and there's like 4 or 5 different sizes of beads. And now with YouTube's new shopping platform, I can actually put a link to this necklace. It'll pop up on the bottom of this video. So you can go to her site and pick out exactly what I have. I have a 3mm gold beaded necklace. It is 18 inches long, and I have a 2-inch extender added to the back. So that extender allows me to wear the necklace shorter or longer, just really depending on the neckline. I wear this every single day. Absolutely love it. So you can use the link, get one for yourself. Then I got a really great question, one I had not thought about. It was about the pet laundry detergent that I use when I wash all of the dog's things. So Maxie actually went to the groomer this morning, and that is when I wash everything. Their blankets, their beds, the covers on my couch. I know you all cannot see Pollux, but he is laying on the couch behind me right now. His eyes went boop when I said his name. And I have cushions on all the couches. So I wash everything in this pet laundry detergent. This stuff is so good. It is better than regular laundry detergent because it is made specifically for pets. It gets the oil from the dogs like out of the fabric. It gets rid of the dog smell. If you have urine in anything, this is fantastic. It gets rid of stains, vomit, feces, body oil, the wet dog smell, drool. We have drool at our house, dirt and grime, dog food, all the things. This is good stuff. So I wash all of their things, 2 little scoops of this every time he goes to the groomer. And I actually do it about every couple weeks, regardless of whether he's at the groomer or not. But the question was, is the pet detergent safe to wash dog toys in the washer since they will be chewed on again? I did not know the answer to that. So I put on my glasses and I'm reading the back. It says it's safe for beds, blankets, rugs, furniture, clothing, non-leather collars and leashes, more. There's no harsh chemicals, no bleach. It is plant-based. It has enzymes that break down oils, stains, and odors. No harsh chemicals. It does not say anything about specifically about toys. So I don't 100% know the answer, other than in the fine print it says this product is intended for laundry cleaning only. So I don't have an answer for you. I'm so sorry. But everything else pet related, hi Miss Lola, absolutely. Then somebody said, speaking of dogs, I'm amazed you walk all 3 dogs at once. What no pull harness do I recommend? Well, I do walk them all at once, and let me tell you, it is a comedy. Every dog has its own personality. They are all over the place. I am not in control as much as I try to be, but Lola and Pollux wear the same exact harness. Pollux's is a large. Lola wears a medium. They cannot forcefully pull on me. Hello, Sias. Am I saying your name? Lola is not a puller. Like, she will never put pressure on the harness. Pollux is a puller, and he will pull me as long as I will allow him to. So this harness has a hook on the back and one in the front. Hop down, Sis, hop down. And if he gets to pulling me too bad, I hook him on the front, which completely eliminates his ability to pull on me. Harness is great. It just goes over their head, snap, snap, and off we go. Maxie does not wear a harness. He's too old. He just has a little thing and off he goes. He's not going to pull on me. Several people have asked about my hair products. Am I still using Matrix shampoo and conditioner? The answer is yes. That is my absolute favorite. I cannot imagine finding a shampoo and conditioner that I like better. I actually tried one not too long ago. Didn't like it. So that is my go-to. But as far as a quick recap on my hair products and my hair, I've not done a hair video in a very long time. Probably been 2 years, I'm guessing. I need to do one because my hair products stopped working. It wouldn't stay. My curls were stringy, and so I switched to all new hair products. So I will, instead of getting into that here, I will have to do a follow-up video and just share my new hair routine. This is a funny question. Somebody said, you're always talking about matching sets. Don't you ever wear real clothes? I find that hilarious, but it's also very true. So I love, love, love a matching set. They're so easy to put on. I always feel put together. I'm comfortable. Like, you can dress them up, you can dress them down, you can run errands in them, go to the grocery, go out to eat, wear them around the house. Like, you can never go wrong with the matching set. And I'm obsessed with them. So yes, I wear matching sets every single chance that I can. There are times when I'll put on linen pants or white jeans or a little skirt. It just depends on the occasion, honestly. But if I'm home, I'm definitely in a matching set. If it's hot, I'm definitely in a matching set. If I'm running to the grocery, I'm in a matching set. So, you know, on most days, the answer is yes. As far as real clothes, I consider a matching set real clothes. So let's just wrap this up. I feel like the video is getting too long. So some compliments that I've gotten recently that just really made me smile. Somebody said, I love how you present all of the items. I can actually see them up close, and I'm much more likely to buy things if I can see them. I am a visual person. I have to see something myself before I buy it. So I try to present my videos in the exact same fashion, show you things up close, not just show you the perfect side of something, to show you all around what it looks like. If it's something I'm wearing, I'll try to turn around, I'll try to untuck a shirt so you can see the length, because we're not all the same size. We're not all built the same. If I'm short and you're tall, you want to know how long the shirt is. So I appreciate you telling me that you appreciate me showing you all the things. I try my best. I really try really hard in my footage to show you all the items in action, how it functions, what it looks like all around, and I'm glad you appreciate that. So thank you very much. Don't step on my glasses, sis. Can I please do a hair video? Yes, I will do a hair video. We got to that one already. And people love that I share my height, my weight, and the size of clothing that I'm wearing. Somebody got on to me the other day for not sharing my measurements. I don't know my measurements. I mean, do you know your measurements? I literally have no idea. You know, who knows what my measurements are? I know that if I have to buy pants that come in like an inseam, if I want them to hit right at the ankle, I'm going to get a 26-inch inseam. If it's pants that I'm going to wear in the winter and have on like shoes, I'll get a 28-inch inseam. Otherwise, I have no idea what my measurements are. But I do have a question for you all now that we're into the video. My question is, I know you follow me on YouTube because you're watching me here. Do you also follow me on another platform? I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and I'm now on TikTok. Lola's trying to get Maxie to play with her. Just a second, sis. Do you follow me on those other platforms? Let me know in the comments. I'm just trying to figure out where my audience is. Where do I need to focus my time? What do you want to see from me over there? And like I said, I'm new to TikTok, so I'm still figuring that one out. But my audience like exploded over on Facebook, and I share completely different content on those platforms than I do on YouTube. Mostly it's shopping, like style and fashion. Over 50 life and style is what I say my pillar is on Instagram and Facebook. And yeah, I want to know if you're over there. I'd love to hear from you. And do you get my weekly newsletter? I do know that thousands and thousands of you all get my newsletter. It goes out every single Sunday morning. And my newsletter has an open rate of like 55%, meaning 55% of you all open my newsletter, read it, and a large majority of you all like click on the links and shop all the things, which I thank you so much for that. But if you don't get my newsletter, there's a link in the description box. I'd love for you to join me. I try to share lots of things, and typically the folks that get my newsletter know things before everybody else. So it's a great place to stay up on all the things. So thanks for joining me on a Q&A. I hope I answered your question. If I didn't, drop it in the comments and I'll hang on to it for the next Q&A video. Have a great day, y'all. See you later.